Tony.
Michael, how are you doing?
Living the dream, my friend. How are you?
I am living the dream by talking to you, to be honest.
Well, thanks.
Congratulations, season 3 of Returning the Favor.
It's out of control. I know. It's crazy.
Truly, this morning while I was doing my research, and just kind of seeing some more episodes of the show, I just couldn't stop watching. It takes you heart and soul.
I hope so. It's the goal was to do a completely authentic, very honest show, but also a feel-good show. And those two things don't often go hand in hand. But I think we figured out a formula where the production company is allowed to produce the kind of show they want, and I basically have a documentary camera there that never stops shooting, so I get the kind of show I want, and we smash the two things together in the edit, and what the viewer gets is a really honest look at how the sausage is made and an honest look at bloody do-gooders in little towns and neighborhoods all across the country.
And storytelling in 2018, 2019 has changed from what it was about 10 or 15 years ago as well.
It has.
And I think people do want that honesty.
Yeah. Well, look, it was a very tough sell back in the first season of Dirty Jobs. The idea of having a behind-the-scenes camera that really worked sort of as camera A. That was very different. But today, with YouTube and Facebook and all the content out there, the viewer can smell a fake. They can see when it's real and they can see when it's not. And so I don't see any upside in take two. I mean, roll the cameras, show the viewer what actually happens, and if you're really trying to highlight genuine, authentic people, you ought to try and do a genuine, authentic show.
But your staff, your camera crew, your producer, these are all incredibly talented people to kind of keep up with all of that.
They are. And they're also people who have worked in my industry for a long time. And it's funny, I kind of joke with them all the time, but they're looking for redemption, right? These people have worked on Real Housewives, respectfully, and a whole lot of other shows that, don't necessarily always leave you feeling great about the species. Returning the Favor is completely designed to be the one thing in your news feed guaranteed to make you feel good about the species. So everybody on the crew is thrilled and honored to be working on a show that they're genuinely proud of. Our business, Tony, as you know, doesn't always afford people the opportunity to feel great about the project. I've been very fortunate over the years to genuinely like what I do and to genuinely love the projects I work on, and this is another one.
I was watching the one that you did here in Utah about the toy maker, and there's 8 million views of that show. That in itself is an incredible feat to accomplish. And then when you tie that in with that, this is a feel-good, kind of moment. People are clamoring for this kind of thing.
I swear, I don't know why more people aren't doing this kind of show, but you're right. That guy, his name was Alton Thacker. He's 86 years old, right? I mean, everything in TV now is like, what about the demo? How are we going to get the millennials to watch? Everybody's fighting over the same tiny little fickle audience. This show, I don't care what the demo's watching. I care about the people that we're featuring. And if I can put something out there in the ether where there's an 85-year-old guy at the center of it and get 8 million views, okay, I'll take that all day long.
And as I was coming on with you, I'm sorry, I'm stuttering because I love your career, by the way. I think you have done some really, really wonderful, groundbreaking things with Dirty Jobs and the way you presented that. But I'm thinking, is there a way to gift this show So I'm thinking, why not share it with people that you love? Just hit that share button, and it'll appear in somebody else's feed. I think people need to see what you do.
Well, thanks, first of all. And secondly, this is the advantage of being on Facebook. You know, for better or worse, you know how you're doing in real time. You don't have to wait for Nielsen to come out with numbers. You don't have to wait for some reviewer to come along and give you a thumbs up or a thumbs down. You can log onto your page and you can see it. I have 5 million people on my page. They program Returning the Favor. All the ideas come from them. So I know how we're doing as we're doing, you know, and that's cool. So you can pivot, you can adjust, and you can also manage expectations. If I do an episode that doesn't work out great, you know, I can shrug and go, hey man, wasn't my idea. So it's a really authentic way to look at production, and I think it's the future, honestly.
Well, before we say goodbye, because I know your time is short, and you've got other interviews stacked up, like airplanes trying to land at LAX. How are you spending the holidays, and what is next for you? Are you producing other things? Are you involved in other projects and charities?
Always. My foundation, called MicroWorks, evolved out of Dirty Jobs. We just celebrated our 10th anniversary. We give away work ethic scholarships to people who want to learn a trade. You can check that out. I'll be doing a lot of that over the holidays. I'm actually, I swear I'd never even considered it, but more and more lately I'm looking at Dirty Jobs again. And I'm thinking maybe it wouldn't be so crazy to go back and revisit that show. I got a podcast that I write every day called The Way I Heard It. I got a show called Somebody's Got to Do It that used to be on CNN but is now over on TBN, which is doing great. So between all that stuff and my foundation, I'm busy. I'm going to hang up with you. I'm going to hop on a plane. I'm going to go to North Carolina, and I don't even know why. I don't even know what I'm doing in North Carolina, Tony, but I'm going there because somebody said I'd better be there, and I'll figure it out when I land. That's my life.
And what a beautiful life it is, honestly. I would like people to tell me where to go and just go. So
careful what you wish for. In this industry, people will tell you where to go.
I've had many producers tell me where to go, but I don't listen to that.
Me too.
Mike, have a very happy holiday. It was a pleasure talking to you, and we'll catch up on something else, I hope.
Merry Christmas, Tony. I appreciate it.